Alright, what is up everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Carpenters Punch List. Pretty small list today. Not going to take you outside because obviously it is way too snowy, too windy to hear anything I say in the mic, but I don't have outside work anyways. Most of the work's in the garage. I got one door to put in. I think I'm going to have to adjust that sill up because our slab got poured too high. All three garage doors have to be built down to get proper height. Heater's coming out today so we can take it to another job site because we now have boiler running and heat in the slab. Got to adjust some of the tarps on these garage doors. Drywall, which will give us plenty of room to get a fridge in there. But 3.5 inch thick wall, too thick, so got to drop it down 2 inches. Yeah, make a couple signs for spray foamers. Spray foamers are on site tomorrow, so spray foam will be off gassing, which means other than spray foamers there is no sub trades in the house. So anybody who needs to get shit done, anybody who needs to get stuff done has to get done today, or they're waiting till Thursday. Let's get it. Insulation guys were just here. They got everything dropped and set up for us. So close the basement in. It's heated down here and not insulated upstairs, so just close it off with poly so we're not just heating the outside world. Everything gets a door so people can come in and out of the basement without worrying about it. Basement mechanical room, boiler's all set up. Very first video I posted was sheeting a mechanical room, not this one, but now you see why I do it. So they have free reign to mount whatever they need to the plywood wall, not have to worry about backing. Data system's in, not wired yet, but furnace is in and boiler is live, which means the basement's heated. So poly it off, move upstairs, fix a couple walls. There's a refrigerator wall that has to be changed. Not enough room, so I gotta take the studs. We've got a fridge wall that is too thick, so I need to bump it back. Take the studs, drop them down to 1.5 inches, not 3.5. But basically you can see where that wall steps back and runs down. All of that has to be taken out, made flatter. Take this 3.5 inch stud, spin it so it's on knife. It'll be 1.5 thick. Just put signs up for spray foam guys. This is a pot filler tap, and that's a cold wall, so that has to be spray foamed. They'll be here tomorrow, so a couple signs so they know what to do. got some measurements, backing in the ceiling. And then need to put some poly on it. Yeah, so cut up some plates. Gonna leave a 2x6 on top for backing, then I'm just gonna rip up some 1.5 inch strips for top and bottom plate. Put poly in between so they can seal their vapor barrier to it. Rock some studs in there, re-staple the wires back up, and then I'll be jumping in the garage. And then, yeah, should be jumping onto the landing. Let's see. Woo. Everything's going pretty good. Found some LVLs outside that I can use up for my studs, like that. Like I said, got those signs set up for the spray foam guys. 2x2 plates, top and bottom, are on. Got our plastic wrapped so they can tie their poly into it when the insulators come. Got my LVL studs. They are about a 1/16 big from 1.5 inches, so that's okay. I'll just split it. You'll never see it in there. Run those wires, tack them up, and throw a couple things in the garbage. Gotta remember to cut those heat chases out, and I'll be done in here. Clean that stuff up after. Poly is keeping the basement warm for us. So after that, I think I'm done in the house actually. Everything looks pretty good. Gotta do a double check for drywall backing, but after that, time for some garage fun. All right, so just gonna grab my skill saw, quickly zip those guys out and pick my studs up, run them through, tie their heat chase channel back into the wall, and just quickly one more thing. Garage floor is heated, so any snowed material that I drop on here is gonna melt off. Also fired up that heater for the day, so thankfully I can melt all this stuff off pretty easy. It's been outside for a little while, but it'll work. Hey, that's a good color match. Cut up. Okay, cut up and use the furnace to melt them off the rest of the way. Come back in, I don't know, 5 minutes, 10 minutes. Should be pretty dry by then. Stud 3.5, and a stud at 2. Just gonna rip these guys up. A little bit of ice left, but it'll be all right. Okay, I got my LVLs ripped up, so just gonna throw them in quick, tack everything back on, and I actually have to build this shower wall up another foot. Oh yeah, right to that line up there. So, gonna do that right after this. kitchen wall is taken care of. Decided to reframe it with LVL studs. A little bit more strength to stop it from bowing. Extremely straight. Just had to reline all these walls. They seem to be a little out of level. I'll talk to the framers about that. Almost done up here. Just got to take this little shower curb wall and build it out about another foot. Built-in shower will be tiled eventually, but little shower niche has to be built up an extra foot to get it to height so we can get it proper for glass. Run it down. We'll see if we need to add any blocking to the floor joist below to give it strength, but as you can see, that's not good. So we'll figure out why it's like that and reframe it so it is right. You know, usually I like spending my days building stuff, not destroying it, but sometimes you just gotta do what you gotta do. Okay, got my new post in, set the height. Just gonna sink some big 6-inch screws into it, give it some support, and then I'll go to the basement and put some screws into the floor joist. Okay, that guy's all reframed. A lot stronger, doesn't wobble. And clean up the tools, off to the garage. Okay, onto some stuff in the garage. This door has to go in. They just poured the slab in here the other day. Check my Instagram, you'll see pictures of when the whole ceiling was hoarded. Kind of looked like a circus in here. Circus is a good word for it. Super put this door in the other day, so I don't know, questionable. Reveals look kind of weird. Need to cut those guys because he didn't have the right tool to do it, and put a sill up there. Finish shimming it because it doesn't look like he's got shims in all the proper locations. Then I'm gonna throw this door in. It's just rigid foam over it. There's the door right there. A lot of the time it would be the framers putting these doors in, but the slab just got poured and they raised it higher than they thought they would to get their drains to work. So we're gonna end up putting it up. Okay, framing was a little off, so got the top sill raised up. Door size out there is 97.5. You want an inch above your top jamb, so 98.5 off of slab. Next step, just gonna run 2 beads of acoustic on the slab to make sure no water is ever gonna come through there. I don't know if these are rough set doors or permanent sets, so might as well just get them ready. I don't think they'll be coming out. Like I said, 2 beads of acoustic on the ground, and then we'll set our door on top of that. Always want to check your threshold for level first. This one is out of level, so I know I'm gonna have to shim it up a little bit. First step setting a door, always check your threshold. God, that's a heavy door. Okay, so at this point, just level on the head jam. Make sure the door's level, screw it from the outside, don't have to worry about anything on the inside, and then we'll screw behind some of our hinges. Make sure the door is centered in the opening so you get even spray foam the whole way around it, and you'll be all set. So first set the top level, which is good. That's going to pull your bottom level off. So then you're going to level up your hinge side, screw off your hinge side, check the operation of your door to make sure it opens good and latches nicely as well. Make sure all your holes are lined up and we're good. So screw off that side, just check your reveals, make sure they look good, and done. Okay, so like I said, level your top jam. That's going to pull your bottom level. Once your bottom's level, you're going to set your side with your hinges. After your hinge side is level, check the operation of your door and make sure it opens and closes nicely and all your reveals are the same. Screw your non-hinge side off, jump inside, put your shims where they need to go, and you'll be all set. This guy operates really good, so pretty easy door set. Ready for the siders to seal it off. It makes my life a lot easier too when there is a nailing flange the whole way around and I can screw through it. Some of them don't have these, makes it a lot harder.
You guys are doing this thing too, right? Is this you?
Yeah, that's a door contact there.
You want to wire it in?
How do you mean? Like,
well, I'm just thinking if they come and insulate this house, they're probably going to spray foam the doors at the same time.
and cover it up? Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay, got that garage door adjusted. Needs to be dropped down an inch. Same as man doors, concrete got poured higher than they thought it would, so everything needs to come down or go up, just depending on how they slope their concrete. But yeah, making good progress. 2 more garage doors to drop down. Gonna fix up the tarps a little bit so they're not so windy and don't get blown off while I'm not here. I don't think I'll get to the landing today. Probably just fix these garage doors and call it a day. I gotta drop this heater before the end of the day so the insulators can get in here and not worry about anything being in their way. Yeah, a little bit left to do today, but we're getting there. I'm very rapidly losing light outside and I don't really want to be cleaning my tools up in the dark, so yeah. Quick walk around the house to make sure it didn't leave anything behind, double check everything, make sure all the garbage is cleaned up, wrap up the tools, and that's another day. So a little bit of a recap. Fridge wall is completed, ready to rock and roll. We've got our shower niche wall is built up and resecured, or secured better. Poly wrapped in the basement, as well as blocking for that post is done. We got spray foam notes for those guys. Ceiling should be at a good height now so they can drop their steam unit into it. In the garage, man door set. We got 3 doors built down. That guy's good to go. Didn't get to the landing today, but that's okay. Materials on site. Spray foam is here tomorrow, so nobody is on site other than them. It'll be off gassing all day, so toxic fumes.